Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. We're back for the start of the Premier League season. Last commentary was the Community Shield final, which did end in a Liverpool defeat, who we are obviously going to be commentating on today. They once again play the champions of the Championship as their first game of the season at Anfield, like last year when they played Norwich and won 4-1. Will we have a repeat of that, or will Leeds put up a bit more of a fight for tonight's game, or this evening's game, should I say? We'll have to find out. I think it'll be very intriguing. Leeds back in the Premier League after 16 years, or 16 seasons, should I say, away from it. You can't really get a much harder first opponent than Liverpool, the reigning Premier League champions, winning by 18 points last year. I'm hoping for an thrilling game with quite a few goals, but we'll just have to see how both teams play out. Obviously, Leeds will want a winning start, but maybe they have to set their sights a little lower and maybe go for a draw. But commentary will start in about 8 minutes time when kickoff is going to arrive. I'm going to go through the lineups and we'll get into the game. Nicholas is back again straight away. Been gone for a couple of weeks and he's straight back in. How are you doing? How are you? Okay, if you've got any predictions or anything, put them in the chat. Let me know. And I will. I might give mine. I don't have one, to be honest. Not really too sure on Leeds. Not watched them much. I watched them a few times, but not enough to really give a really valid opinion. But from what I know, they do play good, nice attacking football, very resolute in that midfield. See, Calvin Phillips is the one dictating that. Obviously, got his first England appearance on Tuesday night against Denmark. I thought he played quite well. England as a whole weren't great, but I thought for a Championship player who hasn't actually played in the Premier League in his career, this is his first Premier League appearance. I thought he was quite good. To be fair, the England defensive performance is great. It's because we had 8 defenders in, only 3 attackers, so we really struggled. How are you doing? I'm good. Back in school, which is not great. I'd rather be at home, but I mean, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Just excited to get back to the commentaries again. New Premier League season. At the minute, obviously, like I said, because I'm back in school, it will only be 1 a week. I'll try and push for 2 when there's midweek games, when the Champions League comes back, and if there's any Premier League mid games, I'll try my best to do 1 of them. But for now, it is a guaranteed 1 a week, which is more likely going to be the 5:30 on the Saturday kickoff. More than likely, had a bit of a change as well on the video. You can see me a lot more now. The webcam is a little larger than what it is usually. I'm quite small, but I've changed it up a little bit. So that's another change. We're very close to kick off. I'm very excited. I'm not excited. I'm more intrigued to see how Leeds do. Will they get run over by Liverpool, who have struggled, from the back end of the lockdown, weren't winning as convincingly as what they probably would have liked. So it's just I'm very intrigued. That's the bottom line of it. I'm interested. I want to know, can this Leeds team do it in the Premier League? They have been ranked and predicted quite high by a lot of people. My predictions will be coming out on the Football Talk episode, which is going to get recorded tomorrow with Harvey, who's usually on it. That'll probably be uploaded on the Thursday next week, our Premier League predictions, and I've already wrote mine down, and they're still quite high in mine, and they have been in a lot of people's. Not too high, but they've definitely been around 13th, 14th, 12th, kind of near going up towards the top half. So for a newly promoted team, I think that's quite a high prediction, especially when they haven't been in the league for 16 years, so you really don't know what you're going to get with them. So I have to find out. With Liverpool, they'll be aiming for the league again. Won it last year with a staggering 99 points. Not quite the 100 that Manchester City got a couple seasons ago. I'm in 5th grade. I'm presuming that's year 5. So that's cool. Getting near the end of primary school, that. Very near the end. Yeah, it's just strange with school now because of all this COVID restrictions and rules, and it's just very confusing. I wonder how long they'll be open for. I think they'll shut very soon. So I'll go for the lineups now. So we have got 6'3" Alisson in goal for Liverpool, a right back with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Obviously won the young player. I need to say something. Obviously, I keep saying it. I do apologise. He did win the Young PFA Player of the Year in the week. I think it was on the Tuesday of the Denmark game. So that was a great achievement for him. Joe Gomez alongside him also played in the 2 international friendlies or the Nations League games in mid-week and at the weekend last weekend with Van Dijk as well. Andy Robertson, patrols left back, was involved with the Scotland team as well to their defeat. I actually watched to Finland, Teemu Pukki's national team. Weren't great, Scotland, that day. Was it Scotland? That was Ireland, I do apologise. Scotland, I can't remember who they played. That's going to annoy me. I'll have to find that out. But the midfield three of Naby Keita. Henderson's back. Missed the last 4 games of the Premier League and the Community Shield final, but he's back in for today's game. Interestingly enough, Fabinho's dropped. Gini Wijnaldum linked with Barcelona. He's out. He's in, sorry. So maybe his last game for Liverpool. We'll have to see. Salah on the right, Mane on the left, and Roberto Firmino up front. Only scored 1 home goal last year. He'll hopefully want to improve that very greatly. With Adrian on the bench, Joel Matip, James Milner, born in Leeds, a Leeds supporter. Joined Leeds in 1996 as a child, and he'll be hoping to beat them this game around. Curtis Jones also on the bench with Minamino, Divock Origi, and Fabinho as well. And then for Leeds, we've got Ilan. There's quite a few new players here, so I'm going to have to try and get the names as good as possible. Meslier in goal, with a right back of Luke Ayling, who is the captain, because Liam Cooper, the usual captain, is out injured. Centre back of Pascal Strauch. I've Googled it, how to pronounce that name. It's Strauch. With Robin Koch, that's how you say it, at centre back, with Stuart Dallas at left back. Pablo Hernandez, age 35 now. He starts in the midfield alongside the holding midfield of Calvin Phillips and Mateusz Klich. And then front four, I think it'd be more of like a four in the midfield with wingers. So the right mid and left mid of Helder Costa, who signed from Wolves for, it was a total of £16 million, with lonely City player Jack Harrison on the left, with Patrick Bamford up front, Rodrigo not starting today. And that bench is Kiko Casilla in the backup for Leeds, with Alioski on the bench, with Jamie Shackleton, Ivan Poveda, former City player as well, Rodrigo, Oliver Casey, and Tyler Roberts make the bench for Leeds. And before we get into the game, which is very, very close, I want to check who Scotland played in the international. I should know. I do apologise. That was it. Czech Republic. They actually won. I remember seeing that. I don't know how I got mixed up. I do apologise. Anyway, so yeah, Mesilla in goal, 6'6", signed from Lorient. This year had a decent loan spell, as Kiko Casilla did get banned for 8 games and fined £60,000 for his racial abuse towards Jonathan Lecco. That was big news at the time, and with this Black Lives Matter and No Room for Racism campaign going ahead in the Premier League, interesting to see him, taking part in that. Apparently he didn't know it was a racial slur, what he said, but it's happened, and we just need to move on, and hopefully he gets educated on how and what he did was wrong. But yeah, Liam Cooper is out. He was set to play. He must have picked up an injury. They've had a bit of an injury crisis at the back. Leeds, a couple of their centre-backs have got injured. Obviously, they wanted to sign Ben White, who's gone back to Brighton now. He had a great campaign in Leeds in the Championship last year, scored that absolute scorcher in the last game of the season against Charlton, which they won 4-0. And here they are, Jurgen Klopp and Marco Bielsa. He doesn't speak great English, doesn't speak any English, I don't think. He must speak a little bit, but he has a translator with him for interviews, which I still find very interesting, because to be fair, he's not been at Leeds for too long, but it has been 2 years now. So you think he started picking up some of the language, but clearly not. Marco Bielsa, not quite yet. 65 years of age now, formerly a defender in his playing days. And the Championship title was his only second honour as a manager. His other one was a gold Olympic medal for Argentina at the 2004 Olympics, I think it was. Yeah, it was. James Milner, obviously born in Leeds, actually played against Liverpool for Leeds during his time at his boyhood club. Yeah, just a few appearances on the bench against them. Did play for them 50 times as well, scoring 5 times before moving on to Aston Villa and then the likes of Manchester City. But we're about to get underway here with Sadio Mane taking kick-off, Liverpool right to left, and then Leeds left to right towards the Kop. They take one knees, part of that movement that I was just speaking about before, about the No Room for Racism and the Black Lives Matter. The golden Premier League badge, as you usually get here for Liverpool, first time they've ever done that in the Premier League, and we've kicked off with Joe Gomez sending it diagonally to the left towards Mane and Firmino. Luke Ayling wins the header forward towards Trent, leaves it towards Henderson, hooks it over his head down the line looking for Mane. Can't quite get there, and Luke Ayling shields it away, and it is going to be a throw-in for Leeds, and we're underway in the first half-5 kickoff in the Premier League this year. And the timer is away. He's throwing it down to Hernandez, back to Luke Ayling. Poor ball in the centre of the park towards Bamford, and Robertson can pick it up for Liverpool. Wijnaldum down this left, right down the byline, trying to get past Ayling. Good strong tackle, throw in for Liverpool. Wonder if this will be Gini Wijnaldum's final game in a Liverpool shirt. Obviously links heavily with Barcelona. Robertson takes that throw to Firmino, shields it on the left-hand side of the box, finds Mane, twists, turns, looking for the right pass, goes across to Joe Gomez. Very nicely done. He's forced back to the halfway line to Virgil van Dijk. Again, Joe Gomez looks down the line towards from Dallas. Dallas gets there first, can only clear out for a throw-in down that left. Couldn't find the left winger of Jack Harrison, like I said, on loan from Manchester City for a third season. Trent Alexander-Arnold throws it down the line. Sorry if you can get any buffer in at the minute. Oh, come on. I don't fucking believe this. No, come on. I think we're back. Hello? I don't believe it. It's 1-0 to Liverpool. I had a slight technical error again. What a big shock. Salah penalty from a Robin Koch handball. If you can hear me and we're okay, can you please put something in the chat, please? My computer's just... Well, my OBS, not my computer, sorry, just decided to give up and stop working, which isn't what you really want. We are just under 7 minutes in. Leeds are 1-0 down as he crosses it towards Bamford. Van Dijk can deal with it. I don't know, it's my luck for that to happen. My luck for that to happen. Because we do continue to Naby Keita, who clears it towards Firmino, can't pick it up. It's Robin Koch who sends it down left towards Jack Harrison on the left, can be seen out by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yes, I can't believe that's happened again. It's happened a few times. And the fact that a goal was scored during it makes it 10 times more frustrating. Cut in from Salah on the right, on his left, shoots across goal, and it was blocked by the hand of Robin Koch. Didn't really mean it, wasn't deliberate, but it did hit his hand and he wasn't in the natural position. And then he diverted, just smashed it down the middle. Easy to be done by Salah as he's on the ball now on the halfway. Looks for the switch towards Robertson. Nicely dealt with by Helder Costa. Right in the centre of the park, just inside the half of Liverpool. He does find Pablo Hernandez into Bamford on the far right. He is left-footed, so he gets on his left and just drags it back to Luke Ayling. Inside to Click. Into Hernandez, gets a cross in, headed away only as far as the Leeds attack, and it's fell to Helder Costa in the box, and he slots it home, and it's offside. Linesman has the flag up, ball is in the goal. Helder Costa with a little bit of a different hairstyle with his dreads. I've not seen him in a while, so that's a different hairstyle for him. Got it to Hernandez, inside by Gomez, headed away to Click, who headed it down. Found Jack Harrison, and Helder Costa is just offside, as he did take Gomez out of the game there by getting the ball. Played out by Liverpool to Robertson, down the line to Mane, holds it up against Luke Ayling. Uses his strength. Twists, turns. And again. And gets it through the legs of Ayling. And passes it to Firmino. First time to Henderson. Can he get away now, Liverpool? Great play from the Senegalese, Sadio Mane. Gets it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Heavy touch. And a poor pass, but he keeps it under his spell. That's actually Mohamed Salah. Great dribbling from the Egyptian. He keeps it inside to Firmino. Runs made around him. And it's for Wijnaldum who he uses. To Robertson. Down the line to Mane again. He makes an underlapping run. And he finds him. Kelvin Phillips gets across and blocks the cross that was going to be box bound anyway. And it's cleared towards Bamford over the head of both Bamford and Van Dijk. And Liverpool have the ball back with Joe Gomez. And it's Van Dijk. Goes for a switch towards Salah. Over his head and easily headed back towards the keeper of Messiah by Stuart Dallas. If you can hear me and you're here and it's not buffering, can you please put it in the chat? I did have a technical error during the goal, which is very frustrating to have done, but it happened, so we move on anyway. Messiah in the goal for Leeds. Sprays it towards, I think it was Hernandez he was aiming for, which isn't a great target at 5'8". But he can't keep it under spell, and it's Keita who runs away with it in the Leeds box. Took it a little bit too far and put under pressure by Dallas, and he can bring it away. Down the left, he's got Harrison making a run. Great interception from Trent. And Salah's on the ball and can look for a passing behind. Outside of the boot ball towards Sadio Mane. On the edge, tries to find Salah again. Deflected away towards Keita. Heading battle between him and Click wins it. And Leeds can bring it away. Into Click on the left. Find Jack Harrison. Has made runs in behind. And Hernandez is one of them. And he's got away. He's got Bamford in the middle in loads of room. Can't get it towards him. It's this great interception by Van Dijk. And Leeds, they have got a way of getting through here. That was very, very promising from Leeds and Bielsa's men. Right in behind the Liverpool defence here with Pablo Hernandez. The pass needed to be better. He knew where Bamford was. Couldn't quite get it to him as Virgil van Dijk did make the recovery challenge in the end. Calvin Phillips on the ball now for Leeds. Brought down beautifully from Jack Harrison. Can he get beyond Arnold? He can. What a goal this would be. He strikes it and what a goal for Leeds. Their first goal back in the top flight after 16 years away. And what a way to get that first goal. You might call Trent Alexander-Arnold one of the best fullbacks in the world. But Jack Harrison has just made him look like a previous championship fullback, which he obviously played so well against to get Leeds into this area and to deserve another Leeds loan recall. Great ball from Calvin Phillips. Brought down. Oh, it's beautiful. Cuts in. Takes Gomez out of the game as well. I think just inside the box from that left. Cuts in. Near post. Alisson can't get to it. Can't keep it out. It's a great strike. Lovely goal. And Leeds, after going behind due to a penalty and a handball decision, they're straight back in it. What a goal. If there's a way you want to return to the Premier League with a goal, that's how you want to do it. Liverpool 1, Leeds 1, 12 minutes in. Pressing here from Leeds as Alisson has to clear long. It does fall to Mane, very fortunately, and he releases Firmino. To his right is Keita, and to his right, Salah. Again, runs being made by Keita, and he finds him in the box, pulls it back. Robin Koch gets there ahead of Firmino and clears out to Harrison. I will change the scoreboard as Harrison tries to go down the line towards Dallas, but Arnold picks it up. Right, let's get this change. Liverpool do still have it, with Robertson on that left. Inside to Mane. Dinked ball around the corner looking for Salah. Can he keep it in? He can. On that far right. Goes into the box to Keita. Held back by Click. Has to force it back to Mohamed Salah. Now Arnold, who will be at fault for that goal. Poor pass from him. Picked up by Leeds. And they're away again. Through to Pablo Hernandez. Does he have the pace to get there? No, he can't. Trent Alexander-Arnold recovers. Hi, Nicholas. Sorry, I did have that technical issue just before, during the goal. But we're back now. I don't think it'll happen again. It shouldn't happen again anyway. It was the OBS, the thing I used to stream on. Just crashed on me. But we're back anyway. We're back. If you are new here, please subscribe as well. It means a lot. What a start from Leeds. obviously to concede the penalty was very unfortunate. Just came off, struck the hand of Robin Koch as Salah tried to get a shot away. His arm was just out. It was a little bit just not very clever from him. He didn't put his arm out to stop the shot. His arm was just out anyway for some reason. His body shape, and obviously struck the hand. Can't do much about it. As Liverpool try and come away here with Mane, Freddie through by Firmino, 1-on-1 with Luke Ayling, takes it around him, right on the byline now. Good recovery from Ayling, blocks the cross, and it also bounces back off the foot of Mane to win a goal kick. Great defending from Luke Ayling. Got his work cut out against Sadio Mane, one of the best wingers, maybe not in the Premier League, but even in the world, maybe, some might say. The captain today, Liam Cooper, is out, who is usually the Leeds captain. Luke Ayling takes that as Liam Cooper's out today, I'm assuming with some kind of knock. What, if you can see at half-time Leeds' goal on YouTube or whatever, try and find it. Jack Harrison, loanee from Manchester City, one of Liverpool's rivals, takes it down, and it's just a beautiful goal as Wijnaldum's lost it higher to Dallas, already beginning to do the overlap to give Harrison an option, just to turn back Harrison. The ball wasn't onto Dallas, but he goes inside to Phillips instead. He dinks it over the top looking for Hernandez, able to head it down towards Click. Poor from Gomez, and Click can keep it. Again, he's got that Jack Harrison overlapping, goes inside to Hernandez. He might be offside. He dinks it in anyway, and Alisson collects, so no real danger for Liverpool anyway. Would have been checked for offside if the goal had been, or if there was a goal that would have been scored. This Gomez goes for that switch towards Robertson. He's in behind. The keeper's had to come out, and the offside flag's being given. His clearance did go as far as Mane, as he has put it in the goal. So VAR will check it, I'm presuming, just to see, because Mane did put it in from quite a distance, but really should expect Mane to finish ones like that when there's no keeper in the goal. Let's have a look. Gomez, Robertson, yeah, just wandered offside there. Andy Robertson, so will be offside and it won't be a goal. But I'm liking how Leeds playing, very attacking, getting the overlaps done straight away. No messing about. As he play out from the back here with Calvin Phillips. Poor ball, try to find Dallas, and Liverpool could pick it up in a dangerous area. Wijnaldum to Salah. Looking for a pass. Not many options here. Closed down by Strauch. Does end up releasing it to Virgil van Dijk. Now it's Naby Keita. Will he have to fill the boots of Wijnaldum if he does leave? Naby Keita are very similar players, as he's been drilled in here by Firmino to Naby Keita. Nice feet to get around Robin Koch, and it has to be recovered by Strauch to win the ball back, and he's actually tackled it onto Naby Keita to win a goal kick, just like Luke Ayling did just previously. Good defending from Leeds again. Like I said, their goal they conceded, it wasn't from open play. It wasn't like they got ripped apart or, they weren't, good enough defensively. It was just an error from an individual player to give them a penalty. Leeds do give it away from the goal kick to Van Dijk. Firmino into Henderson. Just raise it to Salah on that right-hand side. Gets past Dallas in the end. Covered by Phillips, comes over. Can't stop Salah. He keeps going in the box, makes a run. Tackle, have to be careful, and they have made one with Strauch, and they can work their way out here with Harrison. Lovely ball through the legs. Think of Henderson to find Hernandez now. Click, who got that ball through Henderson's legs, now releases to Jack Harrison. Puts the ball in towards Helder Costa. Misses the ball, but it goes all the way over towards Luke Ayling. Not much pressure on him. Goes into Mane. 1-2 Hernandez. Oh, nicely read by Robertson. A good tackle from Hernandez to avoid a Mane counter-attack, but his tackle's all gone to Robertson, who's let Mane be released again. Pokes it back towards Keita inside the Liverpool half. Threaded ball into Mohamed Salah. Looks for a through ball towards Firmino. Deflects off Wijnaldum, unfortunately, and Leeds can have the ball back. Masaya, the goalkeeper. Ilan, 6'6", like I said when I was announcing the lineups. So big protector in that goal for Leeds. That's a ball in behind, looking for Bamford. Tried to flick it behind him, but only as far as Arnold it went to. And their clearance as well has gone straight back to Leeds. Great pressing here from Dallas, who came all the way from left back to win ball for Leeds. And here's Harrison back to Strauch. Number 21 for Leeds, Strauch. Signed from Ajax under-19s in 2018. Played 215 minutes in the Championship last year, so not much football, as Robin Koch looks for a ball over the top towards, I think that's Helder Costa, who's drifted over to the left. Gone over his head, and Liverpool do have the ball back again. With Arnold inside to Naby Keita. It's now Van Dijk. Dinks ball on the left-hand side, looking for Robertson, who's made that run again. And he's one-on-one with Hernandez. Tries to flick it over his head, well dealt with by Hernandez. I think can only concede a corner. Tried to poke it away for the goal kick, but I think he did it a little too late. I'm not sure what he'd give. Obviously, I don't hear what the commentators say. Yeah, here's a corner. Robertson's standing over it to take. Robertson with the 12 assists last year. We're looking to better that. And his full-back partner, Alexander-Arnold. He whips it in. It's a great corner and Van Dijk heads home. Saved by the goalkeeper of Leeds. And it was held. But the power of that header meant he could only stop it beyond the line. Straight back in the lead. It's only from a set piece again. And it's Van Dijk with his first goal of the season. He scored 5 last year, which is very good return for a centre-back. He's been marked by, I think it was Robin Koch again, who's had another mistake. He gave away the penalty and not being able to track his corner opposition of Virgil van Dijk. Rose the highest, and just the power of the headers forced Illan Messia all the way back beyond the goal line and can't keep it out. Not the greatest start for Robin Koch, and not the greatest start really for Liverpool. They've scored a corner and a penalty. They'll be hoping to create a few more chances from open play within the game, but the main thing for them is that they've got the lead back. Liverpool 2, Leeds United 1. Just change that scoreline again quickly. 2-1. As it is, Luke Ayling coming forward with the ball. Pokes it through to Bamford. He's in behind. Tries to go round Alisson. Recovery from Robertson. He's on the byline. Pulls it back towards the back post to Harrison, who can't get there. Trent Alexander-Arnold can hook away. Only as far as Dallas, who keeps it alive on Mohamed Salah. Try to use his strength to keep the ball on the Egyptian. Battling going on towards that corner, and Harrison comes around, and his touch is too heavy and gives away. I thought it was a Liverpool throw, but it's going to be a Leeds throw, actually. It must have come off Salah last. Very unfortunate for Leeds, though. Robin Koch with 2 errors. A very highly rated Freiburg defender last year, and he's not been able to cut it, as I think that's going to be a free kick for Liverpool as they've tried to play out from that corner, but one of the Leeds players were offside. Very unfortunate. When you've got to mark someone like Van Dijk, you know, to be fair, it is a 6'4" Van Dijk versus a 6'3" Robin Koch, but during that zonal marking, he's just been caught out and couldn't recover in time. And like I said, that header was so powerful. Illan Messia could literally not keep it out. Caught it well, handled it well, but couldn't stop it from going behind the goal line to keep Leeds level. But I feel like Leeds could definitely score again. Had some great movement so far, as it is going to be a Liverpool throw inside the Leeds half here. Yeah, Robin Koch, just a very unfortunate series of events for him. This is Van Dijk back towards Alisson. Injured in the first game of the Premier League last year against Norwich in the 39th minute. He won't want a repeat of that. This Van Dijk goes long over the top. Not sure who he was aiming for, but he's not reached a Liverpool player in the end, and it will be rolled out. So I think it'll be Calvin Phillips, who distributed that fantastic ball to Jack Harrison for the goal. Not currently showing me the game, showing me pictures of the managers. And it's over to the left towards Jack Harrison. I think it was an aerial duel with Arnold. It's headed back towards Joe Gomez in the end, and Liverpool retain possession once again. And here is Joe Gomez on the ball. Played all England minutes in that 2 Nation League games that they had between Iceland and Denmark. Gave away the penalty in that Iceland game. Thankfully skied. Well, positives for him, you know, 2 clean sheets in those England games, despite them not being great attacking wise. England defensively were pretty good, and he was one of the main architectures of that. And here's Leeds on the ball, try to get it clear with Luke Ayling. Robertson wins his header, can only divert it out for a throw-in though. No, Venomix is back anyway. So not done a commentary since the Community Shield final, so been a little while. I thought you should be. That's all right, mate. It's fine. As long as you found it now, that's the main thing. But yeah, I hope you're doing all right. Obviously, we've not done a commentary in a few weeks, but we are back with Joe Gomez winning it from the Leeds throw-in. Keita into Firmino, can't keep the ball, and Leeds do have the ball back with Click into Helder Costa. Divert towards Luke Ayling to the goalkeeper again. Remember, Liverpool play a very high line, so it is a weakness of theirs, and it's hardly got in behind for the first one. It's that high line being exploited, but it's been given away here by Pablo Hernandez to Mane. 1-2 with Naby Keita. He's on the edge of the box. Closed down by Hernandez and Phillips, but he lays up to Henderson, who strikes it very cleanly with a little bit of power, but not much direction. And it's an easy save for the Leeds goalkeeper. Great strike in terms of the technique. Just if he could have knocked it towards maybe the side, to the left or the right, could have caused maybe a little bit more of an issue for the goalkeeper. But they play out here, dinking it out to the left, and then heads it inside towards Calvin Phillips. Slides and gets there first, but can only divert towards Wijnaldum. And his ball's poor, and Leeds' ball's poor again. It's Salah who picks it up. It's to Firmino. Prods it inside towards Mane. He may have been offside anyway, but he was collected by the goalkeeper of Leeds, Ilham Sia. How have you been at school and in general? Obviously, yeah, we're back in school, which isn't great, but it's been okay. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. As Arnold dribbled it out for a throw-in for Leeds, just tried to get it over the incoming challenge of Jack Harrison, the goal scorer, but couldn't keep it in play. But yeah, I've been alright, mate. Hope you're doing okay as well. Like I said, Robin Koch, just not the greatest of debuts that he would have wanted. Signed from Freiburg, like I said, for £13 million. So a decent fee as Helder Costa's come away with the ball on the right. Many Liverpool bodies back to defend this, and it's Luke Ayling who joins the attack from right back for Leeds. Hernandez. Can't get it into Click. Liverpool defend and deal with it and clear long by Robertson to Strauch, the young centre-back playing this afternoon for Leeds, into Robin Koch. Not the greatest debut for him, but he'll look to bounce back. It's Calvin Phillips doing that dink ball towards the left again to Jack Harrison, and he was just offside. That high line of Liverpool's coming in with good authority there. A little bit how Bayern Munich play. Obviously, if you watch the Champions League, their high line is ridiculous. But they do have pace to back that up, and so do Liverpool. They've not got a slow defence at all, so they can cost and play that high line. You know, no risk, no reward, some people say. So, obviously, their methods work, as we've seen with Liverpool over the last couple of years. Here's Van Dijk on the ball. Dinked inside towards Wijnaldum, picked off by Calvin Phillips, goes into Helder Costa, back into Calvin Phillips, goes inside towards Hernandez, picked up by Henderson. Poor from Leeds, should have really kept that a little bit better, and it's Robertson who's been allowed to run forward and try and look for a ball inside towards Salah, picked off by Dallas, back towards Robertson, cross is deflected, and what a save from the goalkeeper to avoid an own goal, and a calamitous goal for Leeds again. Strauch instinctively put a leg out to stop the second Robertson cross, which every defender should do. But he did divert it right over the Leeds goalkeeper. And with his 6'6" frame, he's been able to dive backwards, get that left arm up, and tip it over the bar. It's a wonderful save. The resulting corner's been whipped in, headed away, so that one hasn't resulted in a goal in the end. And it's Arnold who has to force it back towards Joe Gomez. Pressed by Jack Harrison. You keep running, the young winger. Forced Alisson to clear long. And it's Robin Koch who can just head it back to the goalkeeper. Nicely done by Leeds. And they've recovered from what could have been a very, very poor goal to concede. Thrown to Luke Ayling. His ball straight to Robertson. It's poor. And he finds Firmino. Chest down to Sadio Mane. Found Keita on the right with a little bit of space. He uses Salah. Just in the box on that right. Will he cut onto his left? He tries to. Back onto his right. In the box, tries to pull it back towards Keita, finds him, strikes it, blocked. And he does fall to Helder Costa, number 17, through the legs of Arnold. Great skill from the Portuguese. He's going to keep running Helder Costa inside the Liverpool half. He's got Bamford up with him. He's going to look to find him. It's a poor ball in the end. Alisson can come and collect. Unlucky though from Helder Costa, formerly of Wolves. Dinked over the top looking for Mane. Poor from Liverpool, should have kept it. But very promising through the legs of Arnold there, Helder Costa. Needs to show that confidence if they want to get something from this game. Leeds. on loan last year, signed permanently, Helder Costa, scored his first league goal for Leeds in game 19 last year versus Middlesbrough. So he had to wait, had to be patient. I think that's what Leeds will have to be this year in the Premier League in general. Just patient. It's their first year back. Needs to settle in. Just stay up and get that settled Premier League club status first. And it's clicking to Dallas. Great 1-2. Dallas looks to chip it over the top towards Bamford. It's poor from Van Dijk. Didn't deal with it. Patrick Bamford strikes it and it's in. Supposedly the best centre-back in the world has had a massive, massive error that's led to a massive goal for Leeds. They've scored 2 within half an hour at Anfield. And this is supposedly supposed to be a fortress of theirs. And is that fortress slowly slipping for Liverpool? Seemed to be an easy ball to deal with for Virgil van Dijk. It was just a hopeful ball over the top from Dallas. He brought it down, needed it into click, and then flicked over back towards Dallas. That was the great 1-2 I mentioned. Then just dinks over the top. Van Dijk should have just maybe headed it back towards Alisson, or just got his foot through it and cleared, but instead just kind of tapped it to his right, expecting, I don't know, just to fall to Robertson, but instead it fell to the press in Bamford. Brought it down on the right foot. On his weak foot, by the way. That was the strike it was on. Was able to just dink it over Alisson. I think it came off the top of his foot. Spun into that bottom left corner. And it's Liverpool 2, Leeds 2. And what a start to the Premier League we're having. With an absolute blockbuster at Anfield. I had to cough there all the way through what I was saying. I had to keep it in. But Leeds, what a start. I know that was a mistake, like the goals that Liverpool have scored. But Bamford, heavily criticised usually by Leeds fans, I've heard. Great start as Salah's picked it up, looks for a venom ball towards Mane on the left. Couldn't bring it down too much on it. Goal kick for Leeds. First Premier League goal since May of 2017 for Patrick Bamford. He had loans pretty much everywhere. Was at Chelsea for a lot of his career actually. Patrick Bamford had what was it? I think 7 loans in 5 years at Chelsea. Came through the Nottingham Forest Academy, and hopefully he's got his home here in the Premier League with Leeds. A lovely goal. Had to take it. You know, Alisson's not the easiest keeper to score against, and he's done it very nicely. And we've got 4 goals within half an hour. It's Firmino on the halfway line. Distributes to Van Dijk, who did make that costly error. Into Keita. Bundled to the ground. Free kick for Liverpool. Hernandez is the one who's given it away. It was actually Mane who was dribbling there. Do apologise. Luke Ayling, the one who had the first bite of the cherry, then knocked over by Pablo Hernandez. But I thought Leeds were going to score again. I did say I think they'll definitely score again whenever that was. I wasn't sure. It could have been when they were 5-1 down or something. But they've scored to make it 2-2. Like I said, the 2 Liverpool goals have come from a set piece where someone switched off Robin Koch, and a penalty that was given away by Robin Koch for having an unnatural position with his arm. Swung in by Robertson. It's fell to Salah. What a goal from the Egyptian. Left unmarked in the box after the first ball was dealt with. And Salah's definitely dealt with the ball with that. And smashes it into the roof of the net. His second of the game already. And Leeds are going to be looking at themselves going, how on earth are we falling behind again? Swung in by Robertson towards the back post. Won by Strauch. Fell straight to Salah, unmarked. Around 12 yards out on the right side of the box with his left foot. Just puts his foot right through it. Goalkeeper, no chance. It's a great goal, and if you've captained Salah on your fantasy football, or even triple captained him, you've had a wonder of a start. And so has Liverpool. Oh, that is top corner if you're ever going to see it. Liverpool 3, Leeds 2. What a game we've got here. Can Leeds bounce back for a third time? They tried to third through Patrick Bamford there, intercepted by the defence. Salah has it on this right, getting past Dallas. Strauch gets there for Leeds. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and like if you're in here and you haven't already. But a wonderful Salah goal, obviously shortened his hair a little bit, and that might be Why he's come back a little stronger as it's been thrown towards the Egyptian Mohamed Salah. Held up by Dallas. Needs to try and distribute the ball if he can. Does go back to Trent Alexander-Arnold, PFA Young Player of the Year for last season. Into Firmino. Back towards Arnold. Goes for that switch. Diagonal towards Robertson in the box. Bounces in front of him. Can't bring it down. Going to be a goal kick for Leeds United. After a 16-season wait for Liverpool to play Leeds again and to kind of respark that derby rivalry that a lot of teams do have with Leeds, I think this is the way you do it. Cleared long towards Hernandez, flipped on towards Helder Costa, can't bring it down, and Liverpool regained possession, but soon back to Leeds as Robertson only kicked it out for a throw-in, couldn't find a man in red. Forced back with a throw-in by Robin Koch into the goalkeeper. You have to feel sorry for. Couldn't do anything with the penalty because he went the wrong way, but he was just smashed down the middle by Salah, so it would have been hard to save anyway. And the second one was just a header that was point-blank range, should have really been dealt with by Robin Koch, and he did save it, but literally the sheer power of the header meant he couldn't keep it away from going beyond the goal line as Leeds winning a free kick here in their own half. And then obviously the third was just an absolute wonder strike. You cannot get more top corner than Salah just did. So, being signed from Lorient on loan first, then permanently, I think he shouldn't be too down about the fact he's conceded 3. He shouldn't be ashamed about conceding 3 against Liverpool anyway, but the way it's happened is just very unfortunate. As Leeds try and play out here with Dallas into Calvin Phillips. Over to Robin Koch. Luke Ayling inside towards Click. Heavy touch, has to slide and try and keep it, but Wijnaldum picks it up. Great tackle from Calvin Phillips, but I think a foul was given anyway on Click as I think he held back Keita maybe during the process of Leeds trying to win the ball back again. Michael Oliver deemed it a foul anyway. So it's a Liverpool free kick. Mo Salah, yeah, he scored 2, and I know someone who's in my fantasy league who triple captained him. That's why I mentioned it. So I'm kind of a little bit scared of that at the minute. The fact that he's got 2 goals, because if he gets any more with a triple captain, it's dangerous points on the first game week. That's Henderson. Dinks it in towards Robertson in the box. Well dealt with by Helder Costa. Goal kick for Leeds. See the thinking there with that marauding run that Robertson loves to do down that left-hand side. Leeds chairman, Andrea Razziani, is in attendance today at Anfield. Luke Ayling brings it out from the back, brought down and taken quickly to Phillips. It's now to Hernandez, inside to Click. Ayling into Helder Costa. He's able to have a successful touch and get it into Hernandez. Looks for Click, just quite not on the same wavelength there, but very, very close there for Click getting on the ball and looking forward to try and pounce on another Liverpool defensive error, because he was lacking in numbers there. Cleared long by Alisson. Robin Koch wins the header. Henderson has to head it down towards Firmino. He keeps it successfully to Wijnaldum. Into Robertson. Nicely done. Mane lays it off. Henderson, can he find the killer ball that Leeds do not want to deal with once again? Does go to Arnold instead. Helps it on to Salah. Inside to Keita. Heavy touch. Picked up by Jack Harrison. He can't keep it under his spell. And Salah can release Keita again. Heavy touch from him. And Robin Koch can come over and clear for a throw-in in the final third for Liverpool. Why Firmino? Yeah. Sometimes I read the comment and forget the chant sometimes. So I'm just speaking out the chant and it makes it seem a bit boring. Has Liverpool still have it with Salah? Try to go down the line towards Arnold. Dallas picks it up. Can only send it down the line towards Henderson. A dink ball looking for Firmino. Dealt with by Leeds again. Henderson tries to pick it up and he does. And can find Firmino. Nicely picked up by Leeds. And Phillips can release Bamford, who tries to set away Click. Good defending from Liverpool to stop a counter-attack. And they keep the ball within the Leeds half, where they want the ball the most. Henderson, 1-2 with Firmino. Then goes dinking it over the top towards Mane. Dealt with by Luke Ayling. But straight back to Leeds. Straight back to Liverpool, sorry. They need to keep the ball here, Leeds. To keep feeding it back to Liverpool all the time, and it's Van Dijk who can bring it away. His mistake not seeming as costly as it would have if this game had stayed 2-2. Hernandez wins it off Robertson, clears straight to Keita, finds Wijnaldum in space on the edge, lays it off to Firmino, can't get it under his spell. Again, cleared straight to Henderson, finds Salah, through ball towards Mane, who strikes it, good save by the goalkeeper. And it is offside anyway, I thought it was, but I think they just let the play come out anyway. Sorry, I'm so happy right now for some reason. Oh, that's great. Your team's winning. Why shouldn't you be? Maybe not as convincingly as you would like against a newly promoted team who hasn't been in the league for 16 years, but he was onside there, Mane. Good job he saved it, the goalkeeper. To be fair, originally I thought he was offside. So it's a good job he did save that, because that would have resulted in a goal. As they do play out from the back with Click. Dallas looked down the line towards Jack Harrison, picked up by Firmino with the interception from Keita, and he lets him release through the Leeds midfield. It's now Wijnaldum to Mane in the box, right-footed strike, blocked the first time, and the second strike's blocked again with the left boot that time, and out for a corner. They like getting men forward with Leeds, so they do have to be careful when it does go a little wrong and they've committed too many men. In terms of blocking shots, they're really throwing themselves at it. The first one was from Robin Koch, and the second one from Luke Ayling. Seems like a decent fullback at the minute. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him, especially dealing with Mane. Not the easiest job. As it's Robertson, swings it in, it's dangerous. It's headed away by Leeds to Click. Outside of the boot pass, looking in behind towards Helder Costa. He'll sprint towards it, try to get there ahead of Gomez. Can't quite do that. And it is Alisson to Keita, back to Alisson again as plays start to reorganise. And he switches it towards the left of Robertson. Too much on it from Alisson. It's going to be a throw-in for Leeds as they regain the ball. Robin Koch into Calvin Phillips. It's now Struich on the ball for him. They make 22 appearances for Ajax at his time there. Struich. No senior appearances, all under either 23 under 18 level. It's Van Dijk. Intercepts that Leeds ball. Henderson with that switch again towards Mohamed Salah. Looking in behind towards Firmino. Does chase it, but Struich again. Good defending. Masia needs to deal with it. And he plays it inside to Calvin Phillips. He's been at Leeds since 2010. Been at Leeds all of his life. Got into the senior team in 2015. Calvin Phillips, there was big talks of him leaving Leeds after last season when they failed to get promoted through the playoffs with that Derby playoff defeat. But he stayed around and he's going to continue to stay, I think, while in the Premier League. 181 appearances for Leeds. Great loyalty as they've switched it to Ayling. Down this right, Wijnaldum taps it out for a throw. Throws it into Pablo Hernandez. Brings it down the 35-year-old. He's going to look inside towards Patrick Bamford. Threads it towards him. Keita comes over and deals with it and clears for either a throw-in or a corner. I didn't see the ball go out, so it may be a corner here for Leeds, or it could be a throw-in in the far corner. Looking like it's going to be a throw-in here for Leeds, the way Liverpool are setting up to defend this. Going to be thrown for Luke Ayling. Is towards that corner. Flag. Throws it down. Tries to get it back. Picked up by Keita. Concedes another throw-in. Taken by Hernandez quickly into the number 22 of Jack Harrison. Twist, turns, trying to get away from Naby Keita. Goes in to Struich, the defender. Looking over the top first time towards the men that were there from the previous throw-in, but they'd all pushed back up and none were there to pick up the pass. Many positives to take here for Leeds. Many positives. Obviously, a few individual errors from Robin Koch has cost them 2 goals already, but he is new. Not really played in many big games at his career. I was doing a bit of research on him, and a Bundesliga expert did say, Freiburg, the club he was at before, are quite liked by everyone in the Bundesliga. They've not really got a rival. So that he's never had to be in an environment where it's a very tense game where he's going to get, booed at any point, or, in a just a tense area. So he'll have to get some experience in the Premier League, but apparently he is a very good centre-back, and they'll hopefully see that in the future as it's Helder Costa into Click in the box. Picks it back to Helder Costa, brought down in the box, nothing given by the referee, will be checked, but nothing given as Liverpool get set off on a counter-attack. Ayling tries to recover, can't stop the ball from going to Mane. He finds Trent Alexander-Arnold, great tackle from Calvin Phillips. He stops the attack for Liverpool and can at least set off on one of their own. Click. Slays it off to Calvin Phillips. Gonna go for a switch to the right. What a ball. I think they switch sides here because it's Jack Harrison on the right instead of the left. Oh, poor touch with the dribble in there. Gives it away very cheaply. And it's Mane on the ball. Finds Wijnaldum on the left. Going to try and take on Ayling. Good tackle and keeps it in play instead of going out for a throw in. Liverpool have lost the ball. It's out to Stouch. To Stuart Dallas. Last season, talk about versatility, a little bit like Milner. He played right back, right mid, central midfield, and I think he did left back as well. So left back, right mid, and centre mid last year. His Click's been found in the box and muscled by Van Dijk and can be collected by Alisson. Nothing's been given for this penalty as of yet. I know there hasn't been a breakaway in play. Helder Costa. No, that's not a penalty for me. Salah didn't get the ball, but there was nowhere near enough contact for a penalty there. Went down way too easy. And it's Joe Gomez, who dinks it over the top, looking for Mane. Ayling trying to get there first. Can't quite do so as the 2 minutes added on. But does recover a great challenge through the legs of Mane. Pokes it out for a throw for Liverpool. So when this clock hits 47, that's when half-time should be finished, unless there's no injuries or stoppages throughout stoppage time. Robertson looking for his options. Throws it to Firmino. Forced back here, and it's picked up by Robin Koch. That's a great ball, and they've tried to play back to him, Bamford. That's a poor ball. Liverpool have it back. That was a great opportunity, and Henderson tries to swing it over towards Salah. Picked up by Dallas. Has it now. Dummies it, and forced back towards Pascal Scrouch. 21-year-old Dutch centre-back. Now it's towards Ayling. Robin Koch. We've played 1 minute of the 2 added on. Can they maybe create another chance before half-time? They've created plenty of them. Robin Koch sends it long towards Bamford. Flicked on towards Jack Harrison and headed back to the goalkeeper. Alisson by Robertson there. Good defending from the Scotsman to give Liverpool the ball back, and it's rolled to Joe Gomez. Finds Salah as he plays it out from the back. Forced backwards to Trent Alexander-Arnold. 30 seconds left of the half. They've now got Van Dijk on the ball, captain for both of the Nations League games for the Netherlands. 1-0 win against Poland at home and a 1-0 defeat at home to Italy. Obviously a great goal from Italy if you did see it. I think it's Barella in the end to score for Italy on that game. So it's Van Dijk on the ball here again. Inside the Liverpool half, forced over towards Jordan Henderson. On the left, we've played the 2 minutes. He's going to let Henderson run, and it's going to be half-time there as he tried to create another chance down the left. His clock was running down the tunnel as soon as that whistle went, and we have played the first 45 minutes, or 47, and it is Liverpool 3, Leeds 2. What a thrilling game we've had so far. Can really hold their hands up, hold their heads high, Leeds, because they've had a really, really good go at Liverpool so far. Like I said many times during the first half commentary, errors from Robin Koch, 2 of them, has cost Leeds 2 goals to Liverpool, and that's why they're not, ahead in this game, or at least level. Salah's third was unbelievable, and full credit goes to him for that. But again, he was left unmarked from a set piece, but Leeds' goal has been, great. That first one, especially, if you can try and find that, I'll try and watch that, because that was unbelievable. Phillips from the back, ball across towards Harrison, brought it down on Arnold, got around him and everything, cut inside, knocked it past Gomez as well, and then went near post. Unbelievable goal, it really was. I said, if there's one way you want to score a goal for your return, that's the way you want to do it. unbelievable first 45 minutes for the Leeds. If you think about it, just 2 individual errors is why they're behind. So as a team, they've been doing great. Just those individual errors they'll have to cut out. They will have to cut out if they want to stay in this Premier League. Checking fantasy football now, I've got 2 points because Arnold's playing for me and Romeu obviously played for Southampton, because I've took the strategy of basically using my squad because De Bruyne, Fernandes, Greenwood aren't playing this weekend because obviously they get an extra week. I've just basically shoved everyone who's on my bench into the starting 11, so like Romeu. And when the double game week comes, that's when I get my points, because I can't be bothered switching it. I'm not too deep in fantasy football where I'm like have wanted to switch my whole team just for 1 week. Can't be bothered. But I do want to see how many points Salah have. Oh, he didn't. They didn't triple captain him, my mate. Actually, he's only got 11 points. He got Aubameyang with 14. That's don't like that. I mean, for Leeds, if I'm a Leeds fan, I'm very happy with the start they've made. That's for sure. I think they've been fantastic. It's not hard. It's not easy dealing with the players that Liverpool have. It's a very, very, very good side, and you don't need me to say that. But if we're just speaking facts, it's true. Very, very true. But I mean, after 6, that's the thing with Leeds. That's what's so hard to predict them, because I have done my predictions, and there'll be a video out Thursday with Harvey on Football Talk, my new series. Recorded Sunday, that'll be. I'm uploaded on the next Thursday. I've not predicted them to get relegated. I haven't. But it's hard to predict a team that haven't been in the league for 16 years, because you can look at their team and go, that's a great team, they can stay up. But which of these players have played Premier League football? I think Liam Cooper, he played 2 Premier League games all the way back in 2009-2010 season. Only games he's played in the Premier League. Stuart Dallas, the left back, he hasn't played in the Premier League. The goalkeeper definitely hasn't. He joined last year when they were in the Championship. Luke Ayling hasn't played in the Premier League either. He did go into the Arsenal academy and got released, but he's not playing in the Premier League. Pablo Hernandez did under at Swansea, where they won the League Cup versus Bradford. Calvin Phillips, like I said, he's not played a Premier League game before. Click, he hasn't. Helder Costa has. Made 25 appearances in the 18-19 season with 1 goal, 2 assists with Wolves. That half count. Jack Harrison, he hasn't. He's been obviously from City, but he hasn't played in the Premier League as of yet. Patrick Bamford played a few times in the Premier League. So when you look at it on paper, they've not got much experience at this level. Although their team does say, they should be able to stay in the league because it is a good team. I do like that Rodrigo signing from Valencia is unreal. I can't believe they've ended up getting him. I think that's a real mark of intent there. Has Bamford actually played a Premier League game? I should have really wrote this down. Yeah, he's played 27, 1 goal. I don't know. Yeah, 1 goal when he was at Middlesbrough in the 16-17 season. I should have wrote that down. It's only his 2nd goal in the Premier League. That was against Southampton in the defeat. Every game he played in that 16-17 season, he lost. Or drew. He didn't win. It's unfortunate. Yeah, whoever the technical difficulty, though, at the start of the stream during Salah's goal, absolutely blasted down the middle. Mobius cut out, and it was just, I was like, no, not the first game of the season. Don't do this to me where I just can't do it. But I got it working again, thank God. That Harrison goal, what a ball from Phillips. Oh, so well brought down. Not past Arnold, taking Gomez out of the game. It's it. What a goal. That's a ridiculous goal. I'm just going to go turn on the light quickly, and then I'll be back just a few seconds. yeah, just didn't expect this, to be completely honest with you. First game of the season, I don't know what I expected from this game. I didn't really have a prediction. But we've had the goals. I always say that before every comment. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just a good luck charm or just something, superstition. But I always say, I'm hoping for goals before every commentary. Like, as long as we get goals, it'll be good. And certainly had goals here. That Bamford goal was superb as well. Van Dijk, I don't know what he was doing. When you watch your match of the day or your highlights or whatever on YouTube, you'll see that Van Dijk mistake was really poor for supposedly the best centre back in the world. I know he doesn't make many mistakes, but usually when he does, they are very they're very obvious. It's like, how have you managed that then? That strike from Salah was unreal. Unreal. Talk about top corner. You just don't get more top corner than that. But it's very worrying for Liverpool in the sense that they've not brought anyone in other than that left back. Kostad, Simkas. I think in the commentary that I did in the Community Shield there, I think he was on the bench or he came on actually, and it's Kostas and he has a T. So I was saying Simicas, but then I've heard it's like Simkas, something like that. So I had to look into that. 11.75 million backup left back, but then they've got no one else. Talks to Thiago. They seem to have halted. They've got rid of Lovren. So this is a lot of deadwood. They got rid of Lovren for 10.9 million. Let Lallana go on a free. So that's two players that they just did not need. So that's getting like a bit of the deadwood out, but they've not brought anyone in. Like Lallana, don't get me wrong. I'm presuming Liverpool fans were a bit sad to see him go. 178 appearances for them, 22 goals, 22 assists. Good servant. But you need to bring someone in, like contract out at the end of the year for Thiago. Why don't just try and get him on a cheap now? Adama Traore, they've been linked to him, 75 million price tag. Spend. Just at least put an offer in, go for intent. Wijnaldum, he looks to be going out. And you'd say the midfields where they're like, not weakest, but where they could definitely strengthen the most, and they're getting rid of one of the better ones. And then Ryan Brewster's looking to get rid of him on a permanent deal to either Villa, Brighton, Sheffield United, or Newcastle. So that shows they don't have much belief in him that he's going to make it to the top. I feel like they need a little bit more, just a bit more transfer activity, just intent. You see City, Ferran Torres, Ake, looking at Koulibaly, looked at Messi. Didn't get him, but they were going for him if he were to leave. Chelsea, don't you need Havertz? I can't wait to commentate on Chelsea. Cannot wait. Havertz, Werner, Ziyech, Chilwell, Thiago Silva, Sarr, Mendy the goalkeeper. 7 players they've brought in. That's ridiculous. United, again, they've been very similar. Only Donny van de Beek. Feel like they could have done more. Arsenal, they've done okay. Gabriel, Willian. They had a great start to the season, Arsenal. So you can't say how the season's going to go realistically, because anything can happen. Leicester's won the league once at 5,000 to 1 odds. So you can't really predict the league. And I just don't know how Liverpool are going to do, because obviously this is the third season now where they need to perform at the highest level. Obviously the season before last, 97 points, one behind Manchester City. The next season, 99 points, won the league. Can they do it for that third successive year? It'll be very hard to do so. But if they do, I think it'll be very impressive. If they can win the league again and achieve towards the near mark of 95 to 100 points, I think that'll be unbelievable. Very, very, very difficult to predict, personally. I mean, they only lost twice last year. Against City and Arsenal away, which aren't, embarrassing losses. They're hard places to go to, usually. I remember as well, these were all towards lockdown. Like, they'd won the league, and this was after lockdown, where they had a massive break. These draws. Sorry, I think I'm sitting comfortable in my chair. Like before lockdown, they were doing fine. Obviously, they had that loss against Watford and the defeat against Madrid, but it's only during the restart where they started to commit these losses, defeats, and drop points. So now the stakes are all the way back to the start, and the usual, everyone's equal and level. They should bounce back, and I hope they do anyway. Because if Liverpool are on it, I mean, every single team has to be on it and playing at their best, and it just makes it more exciting. Because before this, they did play a friendly against Blackpool during the international break 7-2, because they did have enough international players to field for a for a friendly. Like Mane wasn't away, Salah wasn't away, Firmino wasn't away, Fabinho wasn't away, Alisson wasn't away. Obviously, it's all European players that were away. Sorry, I didn't come when the break started. I was ordering my KFC. I'm just jealous of the thing you just said.